the woman who hired the police to kill her husband. On August 5, 2009, early in the morning, Dalia Dippolito got the worst phone call of her life. Frank Ranzie, a police surgeon in Boynton Beach, was the one who told her to hurry home from the gym. When she got there, she was told that Mike Dippolito, her husband, had been killed. She lost it and started crying. When Dalia got to her home, covered in police tape, she broke down in tears when she heard that her 38-year-old husband, Michael Dippolito, had been fatally shot and killed. But her reaction was a lie, as the cops knew the truth. It's a narrative of a woman who attempted to deceive the police, but things didn't work out. Dalia Mohammed was born in New York City on October 18, 1982. Her Egyptian father and Peruvian mother raised her and her two brothers. When she was 13, her family moved to Boynton Beach, Florida. She went to high school there and finished in 2000. She got a real estate license and started working as an escort. In 2008, she found Michael Dippolito through her work. Even though he was already married, he fell in love with Dalia and got a divorce to marry her. They married on February 2, 2009, just 5 days after Mike's divorce was finalized. Mike Dippolito was a former prisoner who had done jail time for stock theft and was on probation. One night, after taking Dalia Dippolito out to dinner, he was pulled over by the cops. Police found drugs in his pack of cigarettes. They let him go because they thought he wasn't lying when he said it wasn't his. On another the next day, Mike got sick after Dalia gave him a Starbucks drink. He was ill for days, and his encounters with the cops were getting worse. The cops had gotten a tip from someone who didn't want to be named that Mike was selling drugs, so the cops were always stalking him. By the end of July 2009, he decided to give Dalia the right of ownership of his house to protect his assets if he got jailed. But this was the real target of Dalia. Dalia Dippolito plans to kill her husband. Dalia Dippolito had been preparing for the murder of her husband for weeks to acquire property. She asked her ex-boyfriend Mohammed Shihade for help finding someone to kill for her husband. Instead, he told the cops, who decided to look into it even though they didn't believe him. Mohammed Shihade had been collaborating with the law enforcement department that week by chance, so they decided to record everything. They put a secret recorder in Shihade's car and told him to arrange a time to meet with Dalia. On July 30, 2009, Dalia met Shihade in a patrol station car park. He told her that he knew someone who might be able to do the job. Officer Witty Jean went undercover as a hitman, which Dalia didn't know about, to find out what she planned to do. The video of Dalia Dippolito giving money cannot be disagreed with. Jean's in which he asks, "Are you sure we want to kill him?" Dalia answers right away, "There's no changing. I'm set already. I'm sure. I'm like 5,000% sure." Then she paid him $7,000 and said she would be at her neighborhood gym at 7 a.m. on August 5 to give herself an excuse while the crime happened. How Florida police staged an elaborate fake crime scene. On the day of the murder, Dalia drove to the gymnasium at 6 a.m. just as she had planned. While she was gone, the cops turned her and Mike's white condo into a fake crime scene. When she returned to the house, she saw several law enforcement vehicles parked in front, yellow tape around the house, and a forensic camera taking pictures of the evidence. She cried into the arms of an officer when he told her that Mike Dippolito had died. Sergeant Paul Sheridan, relaxed her as a widower, accompanied her to the police department to help them find the suspect. Sheridan brought Witty Jean into the place with him handcuffed and told her that the suspect had been observed running away from her house. Jean, who was playing the thief who had been caught, refused to recognize Dalia Dippolito. She also said that she didn't know him. The cops then made a shocking entry. Mike stood at the door and told her he was aware of everything. "Mike, come here," she pleaded. "Please come here, please. I didn't do anything to you." Soon after, Dalia was charged with arranging for a first-degree murder. The first person Dalia Dippolito called after going to jail was her husband. She said she didn't try to kill him and was angry that he didn't get her a lawyer. Mike wanted the title back to his territory in exchange for comforting her parents when they were sad. Dalia was freed on $25,000 bail the next day, but her trial was coming up. It started in the spring of 2011. Prosecutors said Dippolito planned for her husband to die and wanted to take over his property. On the other hand, Dalia said she knew she was being taken by an undercover cop since her husband, who wanted to be a reality TV star so severely, had pushed her to make a murder-for-hire video. The jury didn't agree, so they decided Dalia Dippolito was guilty. She was given a 20-year jail, but in 2014, an appeals court said that the jury wasn't chosen correctly, which led to a retry in 2016.